All right. Hello.
Hello.
I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Mark.
We are Board Game Opinions. I'm sure you realise that. And we are playing this evening the cooperative game Horrified, which I knew very little about, actually. Mark is the one who's taught this to me. I've never actually played it. Mark has played it. He's taught me, and we're going to have a go together on Tabletop Simulator this evening.
I believe we'll be able to get this one finished because this should be fairly quick. We've already had James saying he loves Horrified. I quite like it. It's relatively nice, light cooperative game, but having different bad guys makes it quite fun. It mixes up a bit.
All right, so let's try and show you the board. Here we go. In fact, let me just show you around, because whenever we play these tabletop simulator games, they always put us in a funny location. This location is
Yes.
like somebody's sort of old-fashioned front room with a nice fireplace. Okay. And here is the board. So we each take a character. In this case, I am the... We don't seem to get names. I'm just the archaeologist. Yes. And Mark is the professor. All right. We have a starting location.
Don't I?
So here I am. You can just about see me. I am at the docks, and most of the board is based around different locations. So you have the shop and the church and the graveyard and the laboratory and things. And you can see you can obviously move around between these different locations. It's a little bit like Pandemic in that on your turn you get a bunch of actions. So on my go, I get 4 actions. You can see at the top of my character there. And there's a little helpful sheet here that lists the actions. So you can move to an adjacent space. One important thing that's going to happen in the game is that you are going to have villagers popping up. So there's a whole pile of these villagers over here. And they're going to appear on the board. And then the 2 monsters that we are trying to fight in this game, which are the Wolfman and the Mummy, they're going to be running around causing trouble and gobbling up villagers. So we're going to be running around trying to keep the villagers safe while also trying to develop, I want to say the cure. The cure for the disease. Well, kind of. The Wolfman needs a cure. So each of the monsters, and there's a pile of different monsters that come with the game, and depending on sort of difficulty levels.
You play like 2 in the novice level, which I'm teaching you at. But you obviously increase it, swap them about. I wouldn't say they're all equally the same difficulty, though. It doesn't really cover it that much. But
so with the Wolfman, we're trying to claim these blue tokens, which let me just show you these on the board. In fact, next to my location in the tower, there are 2 blue locations. That's great. Tokens even. So you take the blue tokens and you stick them on these spots, and gradually we're trying to discover the cure. This thing here. Oh, not that one. That's the whole board. There we go. That's the cure. Once we discovered the cure, we run over to the Wolfman, you can see at the bottom, and we're going to try and defeat him somehow. The Mummy, we are trying to get, you can see up there, yellow tokens. We've got any yellow tokens on the board. Here we go. So, in fact, Mark has started at, oh no, that's the Mummy. So there is a yellow token at the museum. Where did you start, Mark? Are you in the hospital, aren't you?
Yes, I'm in the hospital.
We'll try and zoom in.
Professor.
Here we go. So there's the professor. That's where Mark starts. So the Mummy actually starts at the museum. There we go. The Mummy is on a quest for moisturising cream, by the look of it. And here we go. Here's the Wolfman, who's having a seriously bad hair day. And he is at the mansion. All right. So, yes. And so for the Mummy, we're trying to get those yellow tokens. And each time you use a yellow token, we're trying to solve this little puzzle. So these sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green tokens that can be moved around need to go to their appropriate spots. So you can see the 2 is currently next to the 6, just at the side there. So we have to move the 6 to the 2. So one move, we could maybe do that. And a second move, we can move the 6 across there. And now the 6 is in the right place. So that's what we're trying to do, just move them all around to get them in the right place. Once we do that, we go to the Mummy and we defeat him. There's a little bit more to it, but essentially that's how we're going to be defeating these 2 bad guys. They do have some special abilities, which are going to make our lives more difficult. But we'll sort of explain those as we get to them. Incidentally, depending on the monsters, you have like this covers the basic laboratory spot and indicates the specific things you're going to need to do, in this case, to defeat the Wolfman. So that's the board. As Mark says, it's fairly straightforward. You can, as I say, we're using action. So you can move a space, that would be one action. If there's a villager next to you or on your space, you can either move them to your space or move them one space away from you, but only when they're adjacent. You can pick up items, any number of items from your space. Those are the blue and yellow tokens we're trying to get. You can share items, so if you're in the same space as another hero, a bit like Pandemic, you can give them your tokens. You can advance a task, so this is where we like to do the mummies thing. You could spend a yellow token as one of your actions to move one of these things here. You can defeat a monster, so if you've finally done everything you need to do on his card, you can do the defeating the monster action. And we've each got a special action. So my special action is I can pick up items from an adjacent space. So that's handy.
Move any hero or villager one space.
Oh, okay.
So kind of helpful.
Yes. Oh, and we also have these, what are they called? Perks or something? These white cards?
Which can be played at any time, basically. You can help somebody else.
During the hero phase, I can move each hero up to 2 spaces.
Yep.
Hurry! And Mark
is surprisingly quite tricky on this.
Mark can choose a space with a hero and stick any number of heroes in that space. So essentially you can move one of us to the other person. All right, who goes first? Oh, sorry, I should say that various things will cause this terror marker to move up. And if the terror marker gets all the way to the skull, then it's the end of the world and we lose the game. So, Mark, do you want to start?
Okay. So where I am down in the bottom left-hand corner. So we need yellow and blue right at this second. I think I am going to move. But I don't want to move to the mummy because obviously if you're near the mummy, the chance of being attacked is much higher. Don't fancy being next to the mummy.
I should perhaps mention that after we get a go, the monsters get a go. More tokens come out onto the board. You'll resolve any events from a card that we're going to be drawing from the monster deck, and then the monsters will attack. So they're going to be rolling some dice and making our lives difficult.
So I think I'm just going to go 4 spaces and move towards the laboratory.
Okay.
Keep away from the mummy. Looks like so be able to. Though you're going to be next to the tower, aren't you? So you're already going to be picking up a 3 and a 1.
Yeah.
So those items are not as good. I'm going to move then to the Abbey. So I'm going to go 1 space, 2 spaces, 3 spaces, 4 spaces. Hopefully the mummy doesn't activate and I don't get attacked by a mummy this earlier on in the game.
All right, so my go?
No, now we draw a card.
Oh, so hang on. So we don't both get a go. Like we have one person's turn, then the monster.
Then we draw. Yes.
Oh, okay. So what have you drawn?
So obviously we've only got 30, so it means we've got 30 actions in total to win the game as well.
Oh, 29 monster cards left. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So we draw 2 items out of the bag.
Oh, yeah. There's a bag over there. Okay, so Mark's drawn 1, which is going to be a yellow token. That's great.
That's going at the... it's flipped over.
Mansion?
The mansion.
Where's the mansion?
You play the game.
It's here.
There it is. Oh, did I just move straight through the Wolfman? Oh, you can move through them anyway. There's not a... Oh.
Yeah, the Wolfman is there.
Yeah, I might be in trouble now. I didn't notice. The problem is when these haven't got the miniatures, so I didn't notice that. I was just...
yeah.
Well, that might be in a spotted bother. And draw a second one. I wish I could move this bag.
Oh.
And that is going at the barn.
I'm just going to put the bag a bit closer to the board.
Yes.
And I went to the barn, but it was red, was it?
Yep.
So that's no good for us.
We'll need it eventually, but for the moment, we do not.
Oh, what do we use red tokens for
then? In this case, fighting them. So
at the end, you need 9 red tokens, is it, for the mummy?
Yes.
Oh, that's a lot of tokens.
So as I'm actually about to get attacked. Oh no, the mummy's going to. So if you then for the next action on this, it's the Wolfman. If there's no heroes, the hunted emblem, give it to the current player. I'm getting attacked anyway, so there's not much I can do about that. So I'm going to end up taking that emblem.
So Mark, you've got the, where's it gone? Oh, this hunter emblem.
Oh, sorry, I took the wrong one. I took the mummy one, but I should have taken that one there.
Okay, so Mark is currently hunted.
Yeah. So it's going to move 3 spaces towards me.
Okay.
But he won't attack because it's not. He doesn't appear on the list of things to attack. That's different.
So after we've done the event, we do the line at the bottom.
Yeah. But the creature with the fire token now moves.
So hang on a second.
Mummy.
So these first 2 creatures here are not monsters that we have in our game, so we can ignore that. But the fire thing always applies.
Always exists. Yes.
And one of these 2 monsters has here we go, the frenzy marker on it, which in this case is the mummy.
So it moves 1 space towards me because I'm the closest, I assume. But to make it, but as it's not with me, it doesn't.
Oh, and that's the one at the bottom there.
Yeah.
So move 1 space towards the closest person, and then rolls 2 dice.
It would do if I was.
Oh, but only if there's someone here to attack.
Yeah, it would stop if it got something. So you should go now. Don't draw anything with the Wolfman.
Because he's going to move towards you, then, isn't he?
Or shall I? I'm off to. Maybe I should teleport away.
You could use your perk already, couldn't you?
But I'm quite concerned that all the yellow tokens around there, but I think.
But you don't. There's no health in this game, is there? Can you die?
No. Well, but when I get hit, I'll move the terror track up.
Oh, so every time one of us gets hit, we move this up.
When we have to go back to the hospital.
Oh, okay, yeah. So maybe you should, having drawn them this way, we could teleport to the other side.
Yes. So I could. Or I could take the risk that I don't get injured. Hopefully the Wolfman doesn't attack me. And then that gives me a chance to pick up some items and then move. What do you think? I
think at this stage of the game, we seem to have loads of time left. Yes. I think we risk it.
Okay, we'll risk it.
So my go?
And we'll blame Jonathan when it all goes wrong. Yep.
So I'm going to move 1 to the tower. I'm going to spend 2 actions to pick up both of these tokens. Stick them over here. And then I think I've got 1 action left.
It's 1 action to pick up any number of items.
Oh, look.
So you've still got 2 items left.
Pick up any number of items in your space. Great. So I've got 2 actions left. So I guess I just start sticking them in the laboratory, don't I? Yep. Or should I be picking up these red tokens as well? Is there a hand limit on tokens?
I don't believe there is one. No, I will check in the. Just do a quick check in the rules, but I don't believe there is.
Because we're going to need these later, aren't we?
Yeah. You end up collecting loads of tokens.
Right. So I'm going to go 3 to the theatre, and then I'm going to use my special ability to pick up items from an adjacent space, and I'm going to pick up all the red tokens in the barn.
Yep. No hand limit. As James is.
Let me put that there because I'm going to get lots of tokens.
We have a personal rules lawyer on hand.
All right. So that's my go. So we go to monster phase. We're going to draw
a card.
A card.
And don't draw anything with the Wolfman. That's my advice.
I've got this one. Let me flip it and stick it on top here.
Oh, I don't see a Wolfman. And the mummy's only moving 1 space.
The innocent. But you're saying it's the thing at the bottom that matters, isn't it?
Yes. So 3 items coming onto the board.
That's the number at the top.
You want to help me?
Yeah, okay. So Mark, have you done one?
The museum, which I know where that is because that's.
Okay, I'm going to grab one.
And I'll grab another one.
There's this weird thing when they first appear. They look sort of different, don't they? We've got the knife at the docks.
Theatre.
The docks is where I started.
Theatre is there.
So we've got lots of red tokens. Red,
which are less useful red. But they will be useful eventually.
And all the yellow ones are near Mark. Oh, and there's one up at the camp.
So they do have different types. Like red ones are obviously attacking weapons. They've got specific names. Yellows, obviously, like crazy writing, these sort of things, and blues more scientific. They have some sort of theme related to them.
All right.
So we now place Maria at the barn.
Oh, that's a villager, isn't it?
Yes, so we need to find Maria.
Let's have a look. Over here. There she is, Maria.
So put her at the barn.
Just reset the view and then drag her to the barn. All right, great. She is in the barn. And that was the event.
She wants to get to.
She just hides or something, doesn't she?
They generally want to get somewhere because when you get when you get them to that place, the whole deck, it tells you. What's it? You gain cards when you get somebody to their relevant place.
Oh.
I will check that up in a second.
Okay, if you check that, I'll do the stuff at the bottom.
Yeah.
So these two monsters we don't have in the game, but the fire is the frenzy monster, which for us is still the mummy. It's possible, I think, for this token to move, but right now the mummy is frenzied. So the mummy is going to move one space towards the closest character. So the mummy goes to the mansion because Mark is close. He's living on the edge there. And then it would roll 3 dice and attack anything in its location.
Yeah, it's on their. It's on the top of their token. Should tell you where they want to get to.
Oh, on the top of the token. Let's zoom in on the token. Whoop. She wants to get to the camp. There we go. The camp.
So she wants to get from where she is to the camp.
That's
and if she gets there, we get a perk card.
Ah, that's one of the helpful white special ability cards. All right.
So we don't want them.
How does she move?
We have to move her.
Oh, I see. So I could move her to me.
You either draw them to you, and then they follow you.
I'm liking my special ability. Being able to pick up adjacent tokens means moving is much easier. I can just go around this circle in the middle and pick all the stuff up.
Yep. But it also means you're closer to the monsters that are going to be moving around the centre of the circle.
Oh, yes.
But it is a handy move. It's definitely. Thankfully, I didn't get done in.
No, you survived.
Yes.
Well done.
But I do now need to run. Now the question. So I'm definitely going to pick up the item I've got on my space.
Yeah.
I'm kind of tempted to maybe jump to where you are. So if I move one to the mansion,
but look at these things on the museum, Mark.
Well, you could spend your ability, and I could move 2 spaces towards them.
I'm wondering if you want to pick up the mirrored box from the mansion.
So that's 1 action, 2 actions, 3 actions,
and then I could move you to the museum.
And I can move some. I can use a token to start moving.
I don't really want to move 2 spaces. I feel like it's a bit of a waste for me.
Yeah.
Because I need to get what's her name moving. What was her name? Amy? Maria.
Maria.
I need to get Maria moving. So maybe you leave the one at the mansion and just run straight to the museum.
Which
otherwise you're in.
Doesn't make a difference. It's both the same difficult.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 1 to pick up, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, and then your next go, you can do lots of museum actions, can't you?
Yeah, or I can get beaten by a mummy.
You'll be fine. I'll lead them off north.
Okay, but they come towards the closest player, so you need to move closer to them.
Yeah, I'll throw Maria at them.
You'll throw. That seems fair. Okay, here we are.
Oh, we got a card.
Now I'm in trouble. On the move. Oh, so 3 tokens
so
anyway.
3 at the top first. We get 3 more tokens. So Mark's got
one of these.
A blue one. I've got a yellow one.
Tower.
At the docks again.
And I've got one of the docks as well. So we've got a collection of tokens at the docks.
I've just come from there.
I know. But
I might need to go back.
This is where it tells you about the frenzy token moving. So move the frenzy marker to the next one. And move each villager 1 space towards their safe location.
Okay. So the frenzy marker goes to the other monster, is that right?
Oh, yeah. So I don't need to move the whole sheet. I just want to move the marker to there. It now means the Wolfman's going to move 3 spaces.
So he's frenzied. And the frenzied monster moves 3 spaces.
Yes.
Uh-oh. And then rolls 2 dice.
I could have really done about that, I suspect, other than if I'd have jumped anyway.
1, 2, yeah. So Mark is the closest.
Yeah. So do you want to roll the 2 dice?
Yeah. And then he's going to beat on you, isn't he? So let me move that out of the way.
Yeah.
Grab these 2. Give him a shake.
Try not to roll any explosion symbols or any symbols at
And
all.
I've got 2 hits.
Okay. So I am definitely going to the hospital. So I am just not. I'm not going to drop any. I'm going to elect to just take the damage.
So if
I'm actually off the board at the moment. And I'm going to at the hospital.
Okay. So if you chose not to go to the hospital, you would lose 2 tokens. Is that right?
Yes. Well, yes, which I can't do because I haven't got 2 tokens to lose.
Oh, I see. How many tokens? You've only got 1.
I only got 1. I've only picked up 1.
He's not doing very well, is he?
No.
I've got 4.
Well, that's just. I was trying to get yellow. I told you, should I? She'll go anyway.
So hang on, and because you got hit, this moves 1 space.
Yes.
No matter how much damage they do.
Yes.
Okay, fine. And so on your next turn, you sort of appear at the hospital, do you?
Yeah. And then you go as normal. There's no, no negative other than the fact that I've moved toward the game, end of the game towards us.
Right, and we should have moved each villager 1 space. So Maria should have moved to the theatre because she's on her way to the camp.
Yeah, so if you can move in the camp, you might get a. But then you might also want all those tokens at the docks.
Well, I think I'm going to achieve not a great deal.
Yes.
But get lots of tokens. So I'm going to go 1 back to the tower because this is a 2 blue and I haven't got a 2.
Yeah, and we need 1 of each.
Yeah, I've got a 1 and a 3, but I need a 2. So I'm going to spend my second action to pick up the blue token. Now I've got a 1, 2, 3. Let's put them in order. I don't know why this one's bigger than the rest, but there it is. And then I'm going to use my special ability to pick up all of these tokens from the adjacent space. So I've got
James
3
made a good
red.
point. Having those tokens is good because you can use them as hit points.
Oh, yeah.
So actually just having lots of tokens is always a handy. And I might take that as that advice and go to maybe the graveyard on my next action.
Yeah. And then my final action, I'm going to move back to the theatre because Maria is looking a little bit apprehensive all by herself.
She would actually follow you around. So
will
she would have followed you to the tower.
Oh, so she would have come with me and back.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was my turn. Now I'm going to get to draw one of these exciting monster cards. Oops, no, not the entire deck. 1 card, flip it, and we've got... this actually looks okay. So 2 items, first of all, if we do an item each. I've got a camp. It goes at the camp. All right, well, that's 2 yellow tokens.
Another reason to go to the camp, really, isn't it?
And at the inn, I'll be picking that up on the way then. That's good. And then the hunt is on. If no hero has the hunted emblem, well, Mark does, give it to the current player. But then the Wolfman's going to go 3 spaces towards the hero with the hunted emblem. So Wolfman...
I'm not on the board.
Oh, that's true. He's not.
He won't move towards me.
But you do have the emblem.
I do, but I'm not on the board because I've been...
So he just goes, no, this is perfect. It's almost like we planned it. Except we didn't.
Or we've moved the territory. Yeah.
And then those 2 monsters aren't in the game. The fire monster moves 1 space. So this is the Wolfman, I think, isn't it? Because the frenzy
he's just going to move to there,
marker moved. That's right, he goes to there. And then he would attack for 2, but there's nobody on the location.
No.
All right, then.
I really need to get away from all of this.
So Mark is going to appear at the hospital.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like I'm going to pick up a...
You could hide in the graveyard.
Yeah. It's 1... It's 1, 2, 3, and then pick those up. I'm likely to just lose them.
Yeah.
I will go to the graveyard and get some... I feel a little bit cornered in at the moment.
Yeah.
You need to get some...
I'll try and draw them off.
So I've only taken 3 actions, but as an action I can move you.
Oh, that's true.
Which I will do. So I'm going to move you to there. Move you to harm's way.
All right. Along with Maria.
That seems like a good use of my action. They'll come. The mummy can come for you instead.
Yeah. All right. I like that.
Okay. Flip a card. Let's have a look. Something's going to happen.
No tokens.
Comes on the board. Place Dracula in the crypt. We don't have a Dracula, so it's all right. So Invisible Man.
Frankenstein's that?
Frankenstein, probably. And the fire monster moves 1 towards the closest player, which will be me.
So the Wolfman goes 1.
2. Yeah, it's me still, isn't it?
He likes you.
Yep. But that's all that does.
I go?
You'll go.
Well, there's all these tokens I could sort of pick up, but then I'd end up right next to the mummy. I feel like just getting Maria to the camp might be better at this point.
Okay. You
that'd
don't
be
actually
1,
have to go
2,
to the camp. You can push
3.
Maria away from you.
Oh, yeah, but I was thinking of sort of hiding in the camp and let the mummy wander by.
All of if you get the mummy moving in your direction, it'll be quite slow, and you've got loads of tokens to discard.
All right, I'm going to spend 1 to pick up this blue token.
Yeah.
Because we need 2 of each number on the sheet over here. You can see we need 2 1s, 2 2s, and 2 3s.
Yeah.
So I'll pick that one up for 1 action.
Yep.
I and Maria will both move to there.
That's 2 actions.
I will. No. I don't like this. I'm going to go to the camp for 3, and then I'm going to pick up the 2 yellow tokens.
You find other people taking the risk, but you not
so
much.
I got Maria to the camp though.
So you drop Maria off the board and take one of those cards.
Oh, she disappears off the board, does she?
Yeah. She's done with now. She has reached where she wants to be.
All right, I'll plonk her over there, and then I get a white card. Is that right?
Yep.
Bing. I've got I can brandish a crucifix, so I can stick Dracula in any space or move any monster 3 spaces. That seems quite handy.
That's quite handy, isn't it? Yes. Moving monsters. Like moving a wolfman up to that bridge next to camp.
I was thinking I could send the mummy off to the crypt. That would be thematic.
I mean, that would be handy because it means the wolfman's the one who's going to be moving a lot because he has the flame token.
That's true.
If you may move the wolfman to the spot north of the laboratory.
You're thinking of making a dash for the museum, you?
Yeah. So I can at least do some of these yellow items, and it gives me a little bit of breathing space without the wolfman repeatedly trying to attack me.
All right then. So hang on. It says during a hero phase, though.
Yeah.
So I guess it's the start of your turn, isn't it?
Well, any time during a player's turn. So
we've just had the monster phase, haven't we?
It doesn't have to be yours either.
So I'll discard that, and I'll move the Wolfman 1, 2, 3 onto the bridge.
That seems like a good plan for the moment.
And then Mark has some space.
Yes, I can go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to pick those tokens up actually.
Yeah, that seems like a good idea.
Rather than and then 4 just to don't move, and the tile moves. But we'll just do that. And I will re-straighten it up in a second. But for the moment, I'm just going to grab a card. Oh dear, nothing. Oh no.
2 tokens.
No heroes.
Let's do the tokens.
Again. Yeah. Oh.
I've got.
That's at the bar.
Oops.
Which I believe is up here.
That way. It's the inn. Where's the inn?
It's already gone to the inn, so I've seen it.
It's at the top. There it is.
Oh, good. It's the Wolfman again. If no hero has the Hunter Amphon, give it to the current player. Move the wall space to 3 moves to the 3 spaces towards the hero.
Uh-oh.
So it goes 1, 2, 3, and it's on my spacing.
Nope.
And then it has got the fire token, so it does attack me.
Oh, no. So it's rolling 2 dice again.
Yeah, rolling 2 dice again.
All right.
I have got a few red ones I can get rid of. Try not to roll something too bad.
Oh! I thought it was going to be blank.
2 red ones for the moment.
So you can lose tokens instead of
taking damage, which I will do.
Does that mean that the terror marker doesn't move up?
It does not move up.
Okay, so that's why you want tokens. I think James was saying that, wasn't he? All right. So that was
Wolfman
bad.
is constantly on my case.
Yeah. Hunted, indeed. So then it's my go, isn't it?
Yes.
Right, so I think I need to start using some of these tokens.
I think that's a good plan.
I've got a long way to go. A helpful teleport would be nice at this point.
Do you want me to move my...
well, you could teleport me to you.
Yes, I can do that.
And I could use my yellow tokens, but then we're sitting on the Wolfman. That's probably not a good idea. Because I seem to remember he has a special ability where he can attack
takes damage, doesn't
everyone in his space. Yes.
Yes, but if we're not going to be succeeding, like moving towards victory, then we're not really doing anything, are we? You're either going there or the laboratory, ultimately, aren't you?
I mean, how about I use my move 2? We could both move 2, so you can get away from the Wolfman.
There's no advantage to me moving away from the Wolfman.
2.
Oh.
1,
so
2,
I'll move to,
3.
I'll move to the mummy. I could move away, I suppose. Try and get a few more tokens. Just so
you've only got yellows, haven't you?
Yes, because I discard my red to survive.
Am I better running the long way around?
It's quite a long way around, though, isn't it? If you move, I mean, how many you've got at the moment? 2 3s, a 2, and a 1. So you've almost got enough tokens on the board. You just need another 2.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to discard my perk.
Yeah.
So that we can both move 2 spaces.
Okay, I am going to move away from the Wolfman because I think
I'm going to go 1, 2 to here.
To the mummy.
Then I'm going to use 1, 2, 3 actions to get to the laboratory, and a 4th action. I think I just take one of those, stick it on a matching item strength spot. So I could take a 1, and we could put this on the 1 spot. Plop. Great.
Oh.
So we are 1/6 of the way to finding the cure for the Wolfman.
Yep. So take a card.
And then I get a monster card. We get 2 items first of all.
Oh, it's the Bride of Frankenstein, isn't it? Of course.
I've got a yellow one.
He's going to move 2 spaces and attack me.
The mansion. All right. The mansion was. Where was the mansion? It was where the mummy is. That's handy. That's near the museum.
Yep. I haven't drawn a second token.
Oh. Yours.
The ducks.
Okay, that's miles away. Forget about that.
Yep.
Move the bride 2 spaces toward Frankenstein. The bride is not on the board.
No.
So do we ignore that?
Yep.
Then
I
think that's the thing from the Black Lagoon, isn't it? We could ignore that. But that is the Wolfman symbol, isn't it?
It's going to move 2 spaces towards me.
So he's doing this thing here.
Yes.
He hasn't found you again, has he?
He has got to me again. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And then he attacks me for 1 dice. Would you like to roll a single dice? And maybe eventually you could even take something attacking you for once.
All right, I'm going to shake this and roll it. Oh, I've rolled that, didn't I? I got the exclamation mark. That's the special ability.
And that is just every takes a hit. Each person in the Wolfman takes a hit. So I'm just going to discard.
Every person in the Wolfman's space is hit. So you take 1 damage. Is that right?
Yeah.
And so you lose 1 token.
I will lose a token. There's plenty of yellow around and about. I mean, it's a decent yellow, but it still keeps me going.
Do the numbers matter on the yellow tokens?
They do. They're the number of actions you get to move things around. Here.
Oh, really? So if you've got a 4, you can do 4 moves?
Yes.
Oh, this is going to be easy.
Well, we shall see.
Yes.
But is it my go now?
Yes, because that was the monster's turn on my go.
So I'm going to take that's the Wolfman. I'm not the Wolfman. I am going to move the Professor 2 spots to there, and I'm going to spend a yellow token with 3 actions on it.
So
and
3.
Start moving these around. So I'm going to move that to there. To 1, 2, 3.
Oh, so they're in the right place.
So I just swapped them over offensively, but that's all right. It's a good start.
Yeah. We are a third of the way.
I have another action, but I do risk being attacked by the Wolfman. I am going to take that risk. I think it's the right thing to do. Probably going to end up in hospital, but oh well. So I've got another 3 actions.
Oh.
So what's the best way to do this?
The 5 is going to be the tricky one, isn't it?
Yeah. I think I'll move. I think I'm going to go 1. It's really hard to. Oh no, because we're going to have to swap them over, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean,
even do that.
Moving the 5 into the middle might be your best option to start with.
1,
and then take the 6 around it.
2.
And then, yeah, move them around. Like,
3.
yeah, I think that's the best option.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's a bit convoluted, but it should get us there.
Okay, that is all my actions.
All right, so we're getting the monster. And we get 3 items first.
Good.
Let's grab some items.
To...
I've got.
Oh, I don't mean to put that there.
That needs upside down.
Museum.
The Abbey. There's a stake at the Abbey. Where's the Abbey?
It's on the far left.
Oh, yes. Abbey.
I can't read that because I'm not zoomed in on the rotation. Go to the tower. Okay.
So we've got a blue one at the tower, a yellow one at the Abbey, and what was the other one you got?
The other one's the museum. A 4-mover at the museum.
Oh, that's
very good.
Perfect.
I've got to survive. I could actually move you to me if you want to do it.
All right, then we've got the ichthyologist.
Oh, yeah,
place Dr. Reed at the Institute. Let's try and find him. Dr. Reed. There he is at the back.
At the back.
Let's zoom back out.
Yeah.
Where's the Institute?
It's bottom right.
Okay. And
He you want to get to.
He's trying to get to the camp. Everyone wants to go to the camp.
It's a long way to the camp for Dr. Reed.
Yeah. Of course, I'm just trying to think what's the downside to the villagers getting eaten by the monsters, but of course the terror track moves up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, I feel like I've got this now. I understand what I'm doing. See if we can't win the game. So.
I think we're doing all right at the moment.
Yeah. Was that your go?
It was my go.
And hang on, have we done the monster?
The bottom.
We haven't done the monster. So frenzy monster, the Wolfman moves 1 space.
Oh no!
That's
Jonathan,
me.
That's very kind of you. I get to roll some dice for once.
Oh no, 2 dice.
All right, let's give these a good shuffle on.
Okay, so 2 hits.
You just get 2 hits, yeah. It's not the end of the world.
All right. Well, I think we're going to lose the red ones.
I'm not sure we're going to need all those yellow ones. So if you've got a poor yellow one, I would be tempted.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay.
Because I think
I've got 2 2s. I'm just going to ditch the yellows.
Yeah, I think between the 4 that's there and the 2.
Not sure where I put those.
Fine.
Where did you put them?
I waxed them to the top right corner.
Oh yeah. All right. Dump them over there.
Yep.
Okay, and then that was it. I got hit. Ugh.
You did. You
now,
survived, though, which is the most important thing.
I'm at the laboratory. Well, how about I do some laboratory type things? So I'm going to stick a 2 on because we need a 2.
Yep. 1 action.
And I've got a 3. A really big. I don't know why it's so big. I think there is a scale thing. Let me try and scale this. Scale down. All right, that seems like a better size. 3. So that was my second action. I then could put this on. I've got another 3. That's my third action.
I advise you to protect the villagers, and I kind of agree. I think you do the right thing at the moment. I mean, the Wolfman's going to attack you, so it's not too big a deal.
Yeah, although I'm wondering about. Oh, there's a 1 there as well, though, isn't there? I mean, we do need the 1. I feel like I should just sit here and complete these. The Wolfman always moves towards you, though, doesn't he?
No, it moves towards me if it appears on the card, so move towards the one with the token. If it's got the symbol at the bottom, it'll just move towards the closest villager or hero, I guess.
That one I don't need, which is the 3 that's there. I'm wondering about just picking up the 3 next to me and using that as like a shield.
Okay.
So if I feel like if I stay here, because he hits everyone at his location sometimes, I'll be better at protecting Dr. Reed.
The villager with you.
Yes.
Probably.
So I'm just going to spend my final action, my 4th action, to pick up this 3.
Okay.
And then we draw a card. So we've got.
Oh, it's another villager and 3 tokens.
3 tokens. Okay.
At the barn, another
Church.
at the barn. And the last
Where's the
one
church?
is at the tower.
Oh, the church is by the graveyard, isn't it, at the bottom? There's the church.
No more twos. Blue twos come out there, which is the important one.
Oh, that's what we need, isn't it? The missing one is a 2. Are you saying there aren't any?
Not seeing any more yet, no.
1 and 3.
1 and 3.
That's it. And that's a 1.
So
okay, all right.
So Renfield appears in the docks.
Renfield? Isn't he like a baddie?
Sort of, but in this case...
Oh, you found him.
Yeah, it's going to the docks.
Whoops, zoom back
he
out.
wants to get to the hospital.
The hospital's at the bottom, isn't it?
Renfield was insane, wasn't
he? That seems appropriate.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's all right there at the moment, but he might become an issue.
So that'll be Dracula. We don't have Dracula. Yeah. And then it's the frenzied monster. Oh dear. Who's on my location. He's not going to move because he's already with me, and he's going to just hit me for 2, I think, isn't he?
Let's just roll them both from that. He does one damage.
That's perfect. That's what I saved this for. So I can ditch that.
What if he does it again next turn?
I'll be gone by then.
Well,
oh, but I'm not going to get a turn, am I? Because you'll go. All right, off you go.
So I'm going to pick up, then immediately use this yellow token for 2 actions. So I've got
what are we going to do?
4 moves on this.
Right
so
then.
What I want to do is probably move that, not the whole sheet, but there's obviously move 1 to there.
Yep.
1.
Nearly. 2.
2. 3.
Yeah.
4.
We're nearly done it. We only need 2 more.
Yeah. And then we need a total of 9 red.
That's a lot of reds.
Yeah.
So we could probably burn the yellows.
Reds on the board.
I can burn 1 yellow on my next turn.
So I've got 2 actions. Would you like me to move you?
Not really, because I want to use this laboratory thing here.
Okay.
Can you do anything else useful?
Oh, I can just move up to... I'm going to move towards the mansion then. And start... Oh, no,
you're going to join the mummy?
Don't move there. Don't move there. I'm going to... I don't want to teleport to you. I think...
That's a bad idea.
I think I'm going to go to the shop.
Yeah, sure. We need red tokens, I guess, now, don't we? Lots of red tokens.
Yeah, though if you move away, I'm going to get attacked by that wolf again. Man, again, aren't I? I'm going to move to the church because I can't get a token. So
okay.
It's not really a great location, but at least it's away from stuff at the moment. And then I get a card. Okay, 2 tokens.
2, okay. I've got
Precinct.
Institute, the spear gun. Institute was on the bottom right.
There's the precinct.
And we got, is that a blue 2? It's a blue 2.
Don't lose that blue 2.
All right.
So, Bride's going to do nothing. Creature doesn't do anything. But the Wolfman will attack you for 2 dice.
No, 1 die.
Oh, 1 die, so it's 1.
Yeah, steady.
Just this. I'm trying not to think of it. I'll just do the.
Just one mark. You're rolling 2 at the moment.
I'm not trying to. It would let me.
So there's 1 hit.
Yes.
Okay, well I can ditch one of the yellow ones because we only need 1 yellow one. So let's get rid of that. That's fine.
That's right.
All right. James is telling us to protect the villagers. So.
Yes.
Yes. Don't let them die. Okay, that's what I'm doing. I'm standing here. And it's my go, isn't it?
It is your go.
So I'm going to pick up this 1.
Yep.
And then immediately spend it for my second action. No, hang on, not over there. And I'm going to stick it on here. So that's 2 actions.
Yep.
Then I could do with some more of these nice helpful white cards. You've got a helpful white card, haven't you?
I do have one that lets teleport people around to another player, which is less useful right this second, I'm afraid. In fact, I'm almost certainly going to end up using it for myself to get away from my dodgy area of the board.
But where do I go? It'd be 1 action.
If you had not spent any, you could have gone to
I've used 2.
Completely, yeah.
I'm going to grab Dr. Reed.
Yes.
And then me and Dr. Reed are going to move to the shop.
Okay.
Although that's still not very far, really, is it?
No.
I fear for Dr. Reed. Like you could teleport. Could you teleport us both? If you do this thing, does the villager come with us or not?
It doesn't suggest that she's supposed to the hero.
I'm thinking not.
No, it's just heroes. And that's
Do we just hope that the Wolfman doesn't move on this turn?
Like that you're worried about it now. Like after all that. I think you've got tokens that you can burn if it comes down to it.
All right.
Because I could always on my go just go to the church, pick the one from the church, and finish off the museum.
Get that done. Yeah, yeah.
So
okay.
The tokens are pretty. They're pretty much nothing now.
All right, that was me. So now we draw the fateful card.
In fact, we've not even seen the mummy move yet.
Oh, hang on. And I was thinking that it's time for the mummy to move.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a mummy card because we have not seen one.
Oh, it's the frenzy thing that keeps getting us. All right, we get 3 tokens first of all. Let's do that. So 3 tokens. 1.
I definitely gave them a shuffle as well at the start. I did remember to.
It's backwards. It's another 2 at the tower. Where's the tower? Institute's bottom right. That's, my goodness, all the blue tokens are piling up at the tower.
I mean, someone's worth going there, so you just got tokens to.
Yeah. And we got.
The laboratory gains a 3, but you don't really need
that's rubbish. All right, then Dr. Cranley arrives at the laboratory. Oh no. You don't want to go there, Dr. Cranley.
Yeah, Dr. Cranley may not be.
There's a wolfman rampaging around the laboratory.
I might not even be looking where Cranley's going. I'll have a quick look.
He needs to get to the precinct, I think that says at the top.
Yeah, which is, I mean, it's not that hard to get, but chances are...
He's going to die.
Dr. Cranley is going to bite one, take one for you, I'm afraid.
Because we've got the frenzy.
Because he's going to get attacked now.
So the wolfman would move 1, except he's at a character, so he just stays there, and then he rolls 2 dice.
I'll roll those 2 dice.
Go on then.
And then if it's not both blank, he does die instantaneously.
Oh well, it's nice knowing you, Dr. Cranley.
And
see you in the next life. What was that? Oh, you moved the terror marker.
Yeah.
So we're on 2. Okay.
We're doing all right. We've nearly beaten the mummy. Well, we've nearly beaten them both.
Yeah, we're good for tokens and things, aren't we?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, so you'll go, I think.
Right, I will pick this token up. In fact, I'm just going to put it there. Move 1, 2, and spend it.
Oh, this is the final piece of the puzzle.
Yeah. So go 1 and 2.
We've done it.
So we can now each need to spend 9 red to defeat the...
9 reds. That is a lot of reds.
Done much. But I do take a card at this point.
Oh yeah.
Not the whole deck. Not the whole deck. Thank you very much. Not the whole deck. Oh, the mummy's doing something. 2 tokens come onto the board.
All right, let's get 2 tokens. So 1, and it is. It looks like it's like it's part of a jigsaw for some kind of car. Right, the mansion. I've got a red at the mansion. Where's the mansion?
And some garlic at the end.
That's where the mummy is.
Fish. Yeah.
And what? So what was the other one that you got?
It was garlic at the inn.
At the inn. Garlic. Okay.
Place Dracula. No Dracula. The mummy moves 1 space.
So this little sort of dog's head thing is the mummy. All right. Moves 1 space. That's all right, isn't it?
It's going to be towards me, but that's all right at the moment.
And then that's it?
Yep, sure go.
So we don't need to do the museum anymore, do we? Because we've completed the puzzle.
We just need to go to the mummy space and spend 9 red.
And we need a 2 for that. So I think I'm going to take Dr. Reed and run away. What I might do actually first is just grab...
Why don't you pick that red up at the shop and then go and beat at the mummy? In fact, you've got 9 red on you.
9? Oh, it's the numbers. I thought it was the number of tokens.
No, it's the numbers at the top.
Oh. Oh, my goodness. This is much easier than I thought it was. All right, then. So in that case, that was 1 to pick up that token. 2 to go here. 3, I can spend a 4 and a 5 That makes 9. And I can defeat the mummy. Yeah. In the mummy space, use 9 to defeat him. Hooray!
9+.
And the mummy is dead.
Yeah.
All right.
We're doing all right now.
I think I've got an action left, haven't I? That was 1 to pick up, 2 to move, 3 to kill the mummy.
Yeah.
And I guess 4 we just... where's this guy trying to get to again? That's me. He's trying to get to the camp. Oh, let's just go this way then. So I'm going to go 4 to the mansion. There's a whole bunch of tokens that might be handy. And that's my go. So then I get a card. And we get 2 tokens appearing. I've got a violin at the camp. That's probably useless now because it's a yellow one. And what did you get, Mark?
It was something at the end. It was a
red one.
A dart. A dart at the end. Another dart.
All right.
We have some darts at the end.
Hypnotic gaze. Move the hero or villager closer to Dracula. No, we don't have Dracula.
Dracula.
But then the mummy is going to do something. The mummy's dead.
So we're all
perfect.
fine.
And then they go. They don't do anything. So nothing happens, does it?
Nope.
Hallelujah. All right, your go.
I guess needing to pick up reds, whereas the Wolfman is there. So
yeah, but I mean, we don't need that many reds for him, do we? How much do we need?
No, it's going to 1, 2,
6.
Just 6.
I think I might have 6 already.
Yeah, I think you're fine.
I've got 7.
So it's just that 2 blue.
Between a pitchfork and a knife, I can take him out. We just need the 2 blue.
Right,
can you do your teleport? Oh no,
yeah,
I'm not really need use them.
What if I go? I'm going to move you to the museum. I could just move you.
Oh, that might be a good idea because I'm quite close to a 2 up here.
Yeah. So if you want me to go, I don't think this will move the
villager
with you.
I think he's going to be fine. To be honest, given the terror level, even if he dies, we'll be fine.
3.
You don't need to move me to there because
because you don't need to go up.
I can pick it up from adjacent spaces.
Are you not better just going there?
Sure.
Because you're closer. And
that's 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
There's 2 there's 2 at the tower.
All right, great.
And I'll move the professor 1 up.
So now you get a card.
Keep you on the whole deck at the moment. Thank you very much. Okay, we have
3 tokens.
3 tokens. And
1.
The tower.
That is the inn. That was at the top, I seem to remember. And I'll do the 3rd one.
Laboratory gains.
We've got the church, which is
laboratory gains a
near
2.
the bottom. Oh.
After all that.
Okay. Then a hurried assistant. Place Fritz at the tower. So that's going to be one of these guys. I think that looks like Fritz. So he's going to the tower. Where's the tower? It's up there, isn't it? Yeah, so I've dropped Fritz at the tower.
Yeah.
And then what have we got? We've got Frankenstein. What is that?
It's the Bride of Frankenstein.
The Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the frenzy is the Wolfman, isn't it?
Yes.
So he moves 1 space. Oh, that's okay. No one's next to him.
So he's just going to move to the shop.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Great. My go?
You'll go. Yeah.
I think I'm 1 action short of winning the game. Well, in that case, I'm just going to go... Oh, I need to get the blue, though, don't I, as well?
Yes.
So I'm going to pick up all of the blue tokens in that location. Oh, not Fritz as well. Let me put Fritz back. I think I'm just going to leave Fritz there, to be honest. Where did he need to get to?
It says at the top of his...
The Institute. Oh, that's kind of where I'm going, you know. But I'd run out of actions. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. If I just go to the laboratory and sit there.
Yep.
2, 3, 4. I think it's probably the best bet. because I've got the key token we need, the number 2. And then we'll see if we can survive. So we get... Oh my goodness, that's quite clever. Right, we get 3 tokens appearing. So one is it's a red one, and it's the barn by the looks of it, which is at the top. Oh, did you do the second one?
No, I haven't. Sorry, I've just realised there is a slight negative on that's going to be quite bad on that card. Which you'll have to.
The Institute's near the bottom, I think.
And the Institute as well.
Right, we can ignore the tokens.
You've got lots of tokens.
Place Maleva at the camp, the fortune teller.
There we are.
She goes to the camp. Okay, and then
the bottom line.
That is Wolfman, and then Wolfman again?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
A double Wolfman.
So, hang on. Given that we've got a choice now... Oh, you don't have any tokens.
Yeah, I mean, if I...
Oh, I've got quite a few tokens, haven't I? All right.
Well,
you can move him to me. See if I have a fight with him.
Roll the dice.
So he's going to roll the dice twice. I'm going to get hit potentially 4 times, aren't I?
This twice.
That's 2. Go on, just roll them again.
For
the second hit. I'll take all the tokens off in a second.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, that is 4 tokens. Well, I can't lose the 2, so we're going to lose the yellow one, the 2 blue ones, and I guess the worst red one.
Yeah.
Oh, that was awful. I don't have enough reds now. Maybe you can get the reds, maybe.
Yes.
All right, so that was the monsters move on my go, wasn't it? So now it's your go.
Okay.
Go on, we can do this.
I think we're fine, but so if I go...
The terror track is at 2, James. We are sitting pretty at the moment because we keep losing our tokens.
I think I would pick up the easy one. Okay, 1. Pick up those. 2. I don't know. Where are you trying to get to again? You're trying to get to the camp. I'm going to take you to the camp because I'm feeling generous. 3. I've had 3, and I'll push them off 4 to the camp.
He's made it. Who was that? That was Dr. Reed made it to the camp. So we get a card.
Yeah, we get one of these.
Oh, it is 2 actions in a row. Oh no, 2 extra actions rather.
Current player takes 2 additional actions. Well, I can just give them to you if you can.
Yeah, I think I can do it. Yeah, there's some kind of a spear gun down there, definitely. All right, so monster card. Should we just ignore the tokens? I don't think we need those.
No.
The bride doesn't do anything.
You get attacked again.
And the Wolfman moves 2 to me because I'm already in his space. Yeah. And he hits me. This could be bad, actually, but it's only 1 die.
Oh, it is only 1 die, isn't it? Okay. Hope for a nothing.
Oh.
That's a hit. You lose a token.
Well,
it's going to be the red. Or you just going to...
No, look, there's a 2 on my space.
Oh, so you could...
I'm going to lose the blue 2. All right, then it's my go, yeah?
Yep.
So I'm going to spend 1 action to pick up the blue 2. A second action to, oh no, plonk it on here. That's 2 actions.
Yep.
And then, oh, let's get it in the right space. Nope. Right, if all spots below are filled, take the cure. Woo! I've got the cure. So that was 2 actions. Now, for my third action, I'm going to sneakily pick this up from an adjacent space. That's 3 actions. And then I don't think I even need your extra actions. For my fourth action, in the Wolfman space, I have the cure. I have at least 6 because my total on the reds is 8. And I can defeat the Wolfman. Hooray! And I guess we win the game.
Yeah, we win the game.
Woo!
We managed to beat it on child-friendly levels.
Yeah, that was that novice difficulty or something.
Yeah, and it was novice difficulty, but...
All right, and how many monsters do you get on sort of normal difficulty then?
You just, I think 3 on normal, 4 on hard, and...
All right, yes, I can see obviously if there are more of them running around, you're going to get hit much more, aren't you?
Yeah, so it does increase quite... in fact, I'm
so,
pretty certain it's just normal 3. Odds 4.
If you had like 2 of the monsters in play being triggered, would they both move and then roll dice?
Yes.
Right.
Which is how the Wolfman attacked twice because there were 2 symbols.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, there we go. That's Horrified. As I said, that was my first time playing it. I can see the appeal. It is very straightforward. And it has that kind of horror B-movie feel to it. I guess they've sort of gone for that with the artwork, haven't they? The old Hammer horror style pictures and things. Yeah. Thoughts?
Yeah, it's neat. I guess it's very light. It's short on like Forbidden Island. It's very, very light as far as a co-op game, but I guess the monsters do have some variation to it. It's fine. I think it's amazing, but it does have a lot to mix it up, and I think it obviously has a theme that it's going to appeal to a lot of people. I think.
Yeah, I like the little puzzle.
Yeah.
On the mummies card, that was fun.
They all are fairly different on how you have to beat them.
If we go over here, you can see
to spend the colours in colour tokens in a particular order.
Oh, so you've got to find your track through to get to the lair of the creature from the Black Lagoon. Okay. So hang on, don't you need a different token for each cross on this one then?
You do, yes. So the strength doesn't help. It's purely the colours.
So that's a ton of tokens, isn't it? It's way more than we used on the previous monster. This monster seems much harder.
You have to travel around locations, destroying the
coffins.
The coffins, and then attacking at the end.
Okay, yeah.
I've not played with Frankenstein before, so I can't actually say.
Oh, there's a Frankenstein dial and a Bride's dial.
I think you have to get them both. So basically, you're spending whatever tokens on which one.
Are
that strength.
Are you trying to turn the 2 dials up or something?
Yes.
Okay, so those are those monsters, and if we just go to the other end of the table, I think there are a couple more over here. We've got the Invisible Man.
So at the precinct, place colours on a spot below that matches the item's location. So you're trying to gain items to match.
Oh, yeah. So the colours don't matter. It's where they're from, isn't it?
Where they would appear, yeah.
You pick them up from those locations and then take them to the precinct. Okay. To trap him. All right, and then finally, the Phantom of the Opera. You're going to the theatre to search for Christine.
Is the Phantom of the Opera by any chance an extra? I don't know. Because I think the card quality is low as well.
So you need, I'm guessing there's a villager, Christine, is it? Elizabeth, oh, there she is, Christine. All right. The artwork is strange. I don't know if I'm a fan of the artwork. I mean, I guess it's sort of period appropriate.
They're going for that. I mean, the styling is very much of the movie posters.
Yeah, indeed. All right, well, I think we'll finish there. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. And we will be back next Friday. We seem to be doing this every Friday, don't we?
Yeah, we're trying to,
certainly. We will post up another game. If you have any suggestions for what you'd like us to play, do let us know in the comments. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.
Okay.
See you.
Bye.